think. And how did you perceive yourself when you were younger, growing up?
Different. Did not know why I was different. In a way, it was odd because when you're one of the only minorities in an area that everybody else is, you know, predominantly white, your race and your religion, your background just never come up. And I was having a discussion with a few of my high school friends about a month or two ago, and we were talking about how when we were all in high school, never once did we discuss the fact that I was Indian or that I had a different life and way of living or different religion. We just completely, you know, wasn't acknowledged by either side. So I didn't have a great sense of identity growing up because I would go home and my life was one thing, you know, eating rotis all day long and sag and not wanting to. And then I would go to school with these people who had this completely other life and just watch that and want to be a part of that. So I was really kind of caught between both and not fitting well into either.
Do you think of yourself as an Indian woman or as a Canadian Indian, or how do you see that?
It's funny, through the process of writing this, and a lot of it because I went back in the past and remembered a bunch of things I hadn't remembered, also because I interviewed my parents and we discussed what their lives were like. Also, I had gone to India with my mom, which was good times, for a month, and I identify with it so much more now because when I was a kid, I didn't want to have anything to do with it because that was the reason I couldn't go out, and that's embarrassing, and you know, you feel like that's the reason you're living a stifling life. But now I feel like there's so much I missed out on not being a part of it, and I love to eat Indian food now. I eat it 24/7. I'm trying to cook it and be good at cooking it. I want to go to India myself, and I just feel like I have a completely different point of view on being Indian than I did when I was a kid, when I was just like, oh, this is the worst. I'm watching Golden Girls again, and there's a dance tonight. And
what are some of these things that you're pursuing now, or goals that you have right now?
Well, some of my goals have changed. Like throughout the book, my goals kind of changed too, which was a surprise to me because the end of the book is not what I would have expected it to be either. But I feel like now I'm just very much more concerned about having a life and work that's fulfilling to me and creatively fulfilling, which growing up I thought was a luxury. That, you know, you're supposed to be an accountant or a doctor, or as you know, those are the approved lines of work, and I do nothing close to that. So I feel like that's become a new goal, which is sort of a larger life goal that came out of getting the confidence from doing these small things. And so, you know, I still take lessons and whatnot. I'm signing up for another round of swimming because I would still likely die in the deep end. And just, you know, I found the joy of learning things again as an adult, so I want to keep going.
I saw one of your interviews, and you say how you're so positive. But how do you stay so positive in all of this? Like, what do you surround yourself with to remain this positive and remain ambitious?
It's just the memories now of that whole year, and I think it's one of those sad situations where you can tell people, oh, you have to do this, you have a goal, oh, you must, you don't know what it's like, it's so great, keep doing it, and you have to do it yourself to actually believe that that is the case. But so few adults set goals for themselves or have anything that, you know, was something from the past that they want to do. We just forget about that, and you kind of go on with your day-to-day life and having a job and then going home and maybe going out to dinner once a week, and you forget what you may have wanted earlier or what you may still want to do in life and your unfulfilled goals. So I just think that having done those things and getting anywhere with them, which for me the year was all about doing the activities, but also just the whole overall goal setting and actually finally holding myself to that and doing it, and just the memory of that and how well it went. I feel like, okay, if I could do XYZ, which I thought I would never do, never learn how to swim, never be doing any writing, never thought I would ever write a book. If I can do those things, why am I making everything else feel and seem so impossible? It likely isn't either, so I may as well keep trying.
कुछ ना कहो